Welcome to the podcast, everybody. It's sorry, I can't get over not mocking, but like emulating those enthusiastic YouTubers. We need a more kind of standard intro, like "Hey, sisters," or that's from Jack Doolittle. Shout out to him. Or "Hi, Greg," that's like Danny Gonzalez or something like that. Anyway, it's AI news you probably missed. Enjoy today's episode.
Let's get into it.
It's fucking terrible. It was so awful. It was awful.
Please stop recording. Let's go. Let's go. This is the new call to action for the generation. Let's go.
You're such a bro.
Thank you. I've been working on my broness to record with my bros this week. What are we on? We're on the weekly AI roundup. Welcome, one and all, visitors, newcomers, and all our beloved subscribers. Please subscribe. To our podcast. Hey, I whispered this time. Like and subscribe. It'll make you a better person, inside and out. It'll make you beautiful to look at, and it'll make you warm and fuzzy inside. Right. Yeah. What's the first story?
First story, couple stories from Twitter to get us started. The first one is about an ape named Kanzi who has learned to play Minecraft.
This is pretty cool.
So I don't know if this is AI. Actually, this came up because the AI story was about an AI being trained that referenced this Kanzi video.
Yes, it was talking about the difference in the two approaches. This is amazing. Like, Kanzi can sort of tell the difference between different types of movements and gets to know the different block types or environment bits quite quickly. And then they compare it to an AI, which they had trained earlier. So it's the same organization. And they posted all the results as like open source. So they got, it was some collaboration with the NVIDIA or something. I think it was like using their hardware.
I just like watching
that tweet up as well.
I do. I just like watching Kanzi play though, because like all he has to do is find these specific targets, then he gets food. And he just looks so bored by it. He's like, click, give me a treat. Okay, click. Yeah. Treat, please. Treat, please.
Yeah, that's really funny.
And here's the AI playing the same game.
The interesting thing is what they can learn about how AIs can work in looking at the two learning processes, because they're both quite quick and they're both quite distinct from each other. So, it's just very cool on the surface of it.
It is sad to see apes being put out of jobs by AI.
True. Yeah, that's very true. Also, let's not be rude to Kanzi, okay? All right?
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, Kanzi.
Okay. All right. Honestly, I could watch Minecraft. It's like, it just pulls me in. Minecraft is so fun.
What is it about the YouTube or TikToks where they have some kind of like sort of semi-serious story?
Reddit text with Minecraft to watch. Yep.
I know.
Watching Minecraft, I find that so bizarre.
For a while, YouTubers were doing that or on Twitch, you'd see people doing with that worm eating game.
What?
You mean
like
Snake?
A game where, not Snake, but like you eat bigger. You can eat worms smaller than you, and that makes you bigger. But you could get eaten by a bigger worm.
What's it called?
You'd see Twitch streamers just for hours playing this game.
I think it's Snake.io.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Snake.io. That's right. Okay, so next story, and this is something that this is an idea that I had. Apparently, this guy had it earlier. But to respond to spammers with AI generated text to keep the conversation going, keep their hopes alive.
Yeah. So he had this spamnesty. He had this idea ages ago, and he was doing it, I think, manually, or had some like pre-programmed responses, and it would like select between them based on keywords and stuff. So it was a sort of rough, framework for it. And then, of course, ChatGPT came along, so he was like, "Oh, I'll plug that in." The thing I love about this site is on the left. Can you click on the conversations?
Yep, I have them loaded here.
Ah, right. Yeah. So you can actually see the outcomes. So when I checked it, there were a ton of them, but you can see how many responses there are in the email thread. So seeing like 25 in brackets there next to one of these things means that there were 25 emails back and forth between the spammer and ChatGPT, which is just beautiful. I love it.
Some of them I kind of feel bad for because they're some of them are people just trying to build a business and get a foothold in an industry and end up having their time wasted. But there's no way around it.
Mike, the marketer, everyone.
I know. You can never there are people who honestly are just trying to do a job and don't know what they're doing. And they get
wrong.
Bad
same thing with
bad reputation.
Same can be said for scam call centers. A lot of those guys don't know that they're a scam. They truly believe.
Well, not that they don't know that they're a scam. Like there are individual people out there who legitimately are not a scam.
Oh, sure.
That get wrapped up in
figure out how to not land in a spam filter. I guess.
I know.
2023.
So on the surface, there is this kind of thinking of, well, all they've done is just, I've got this cool product. I'm going to go and buy a list of people from a reputable email list distributor who have, I just want people who are interested in cars, who are going to be really interested in my car seat accessory, and then just send emails to everybody. They got to. It's very shallow thinking, right?
Yeah, actually. So Olivia was one that I started to feel bad for. Because Peter, I think even your example, these aren't even all people I think that have bought lists. However, I just noticed now that Olivia actually has tracking parameters in her email signature, so that does kind of blow my whole theory.
Yeah.
Well, also, how many people haven't received spam at this point in their life? Like, surely anybody past the age of who has an email account has gotten spam through it and gone, that's annoying.
Yeah. And actually, this is going to come up, I think, in our conversation about tech companies threatening to leave the UK that we have queued up for Monday. Definitely subscribe. Hit that bell to make sure you get notified when new episodes come out and watch.
Don't.
Monday we're going to talk about
Can we be the only channel on YouTube that says, subscribe, but don't hit the notification bell, please? Because
Here we go.
How annoying that thing is. Yeah, oh God. Right. Yeah, it's
dumb. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, generative AI is making companies even more thirsty for your data from Wired.com.
Yeah, it's true. They are. We don't need to read past the headline, which is fortunate because I don't think any of us have. Basically,
that's it. Yeah.
Well, so one thing I was going to mention is we have had a couple conversations in Discord. You should join our Discord server. This is a real promotional episode for us today. Sponsored by us. So that you
not so shilling updates.
Sponsored by our time given to you.
That's right. Yeah. We had a story about, I think, New York Times suing ChatGPT or somebody for copyright violations. We've talked about authors being all pissed off about copyright violations by being included in AI training sets. And the comment I made is really, I think it would be a power move for ChatGPT to start suing the news sites on discrimination grounds.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Not sure I agree with that take, but I will say that I did call this a few weeks ago.
I guess Peter owes you a pizza.
When Reddit was being shitty about their API.
Pizza for John. We do need some kind of pizza ranking system.
Pepperoni, please. Thank you.
Yeah, double pepperoni.
This is a fun one from Discord. We should keep track of who shares these things.
We do, Mike.
Somebody should know this. Supermarket releases.
Thanks, anonymous user.
This was from Blackjack and Hookers.
There you go.
Thank you, Blackjack and Hookers. I think
that's their username. I literally thought you were making a joke.
No,
wow.
This is this individual chose the name Blackjack and Hookers purely for the kind of occasional time when that username gets mentioned anywhere.
Sure.
Like, I don't know, customer support, and it's kind of funny. It's like having a password saying "fuck you, customer support." Like, Anyway,
it's one of those names where you set up a watch on Reddit so that anytime somebody mentions Blackjack and Hookers, you jump in to say, "Why are you talking about me?"
Yeah, I'm here, you guys. You don't have to.
Yes.
So Pack and Save.
Tell me about the supermarket.
Pack and Save. This is from The Guardian. Pack and Save releases a little application to help its supermarket customers come up with fun and creative little recipes to take advantage of their shopping time in the store. So it'll help them, use whatever they happen to have on hand to create some tasty little dishes.
And it's amazing. So the reason that it messed up is because what it does is take any ingredients that you put on the list. And if you put non-food ingredients on the list exclusively, then that's all it's got to work with. And the fact that AIs at the moment are limited by the fact they will just take what they've got and go crazy. There's no like post-processing checking. Is that if you put like salt and vinegar and not salt and vinegar, but like, I don't know, bleach and salt or whatever, it tells you how to make chlorine. Or
bleach and ammonia is the recipe for chlorine gas.
Oh, okay.
So here, have a little
bleach and ammonia,
tasty cup of that.
Yeah,
yum.
It's been told to describe it in a healthy way, in a kind of like attractive way. So it goes on like, for a lovely cocktail in the summer heat. Why don't you try adding bleach and
Tasty.
It's so funny how AI is still not like contextually aware, right? So like one day it will be like, whoa, red alert, bleach, it will kill you. You can't put bleach in that.
Or it'll cure COVID.
But for now, we get this amazing interaction of like bleach, salt, and chlorine makes for a great afternoon snack.
It's one of those happy path issues where the people who made the product probably tested it fairly extensively with all sorts of different combinations of food, and they were like, "Oh, okay, it's come up with some interesting things," but they never bothered to think, "Hang on, what happens if we do this?"
What
they
else exists in a grocery store?
Classic developer mistake.
Why
would somebody put that in a web form?
You know the joke about the QA guy who goes into a bar and then he ordered a beer and a reeb and a half a pint and a quarter pint and a third pint and an A beer, C, D. That's the joke. So,
wow.
Do you get it?
I hate it. Yep.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
I hate it.
QA people have this mindset of like, what can we?
Because if they don't say, "Hey, what recipe could I make with bleach and ammonia?" then some person is going to do that.
Yeah. So all the QA people out there, I love you.
It's so real. Yeah, my buddy who I play video games with is a QA tester and a QA engineer. And I mean, anytime there's a bug anywhere, he'll be like, "I can't believe they didn't do like this form of testing. Like, how could they?" And I was like, "Bro, you applied there yet? Like go fix this shit." Yeah, so it's always funny to see it from a QA's eyes. But security is very similar to QA in that, you know, we have to think of many different types of out of the box scenarios or unorthodox or whatever. So
and in that way it's basically misusing it in a malicious way. So you have to be in the mindset of a criminal, which is probably not a great thing now, come to think about it, but you know, hey.
But the longer you do it, the more you start just kind of becoming a criminal in your mind. Right? Like, no, I'm serious.
Speak for yourself,
every other day, I'm like doing something and I'll be like the dark John comes out and like you're like, "Oh, I see it. Like I could do this and then that and they would be fucked." And I'd be like, "No, wait, no. It's fine."
But the knock-on effect of that is that you become extremely paranoid about everything. You're like, you get these instincts of niggling in the back of your mind, like, "Oh, this could be misused to, do something to me." So you lose all trust in anything and everybody.
But you also lose trust in your ability. Sorry, Mike. You also lose trust in your ability to protect yourself, right? So like that's also a big like stopper for me. Forget about the like morality or the ethics of it. Let's say I didn't have any of those. And I would like perform one of these, malicious things. What's usually what would really be
hang on.
No.
I've really got to imagine this. It's going to take some time to kind of put this image in my head.
What's stopping me primarily, besides again the big ethics and morality issues, is what's stopping me is that I would get caught. And I think a lot of people don't get that. Like, there are way smarter people out there than us,
but a lot of people don't get that.
They don't get it. They're like
everybody knows
get away with this credit card theft.
Penalties for a lot of these crimes, but they still go do it.
Right. It's
I'll get away with it.
Yeah.
I was what Peter said. I've been listening to. I listen to these like espionage books while I'm out riding my bike, and one recently was about like basically a nationwide blackout in the U.S., 100% electric grid down, offline, and basically how quickly the country would devolve into chaos. And the whole time I'm like, oh man, maybe I should have a hand pump for my well, and I probably should stockpile a little food.
Doomer prep is real.
I don't have any ammunition. Maybe I should stockpile a little bit of that because I don't know how long this is going to last for.
Fucking hell, man.
Doomer prepping, like just the mentality of doomer prepping is so real. I literally have started kind of doomer prepping, like just accidentally. I'll be like, oh, I should get a backup battery. Should I get a generator? Do I need a generator?
It's
one of
solar panels. Yeah.
One of my very early ideas for this podcast was for it to be about like post-apocalyptic, like proper stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we could still veer in that direction if we tried.
I mean, it would be fun
like Black
to
Mirror
do
type
various
stuff.
scenarios. Yeah, and talk about how we could solve it, and maybe we'd get survivalists in the comments and like actual doom preppers who are like, no, you guys are fucking idiots, like this is how you're supposed to do it. It does remind me of when we brought Marshall Brain on the show and talked about his new book. God, love that guy. And what was it called? Do you guys remember what the new book was called?
John just loves him so much. His biggest fan. What's that book called?
I really am. Well, I read it quickly just to like
Doomsday book.
The Doomsday book. You've got to give it to Marshall. He's not the greatest when it comes to titles, but I mean, some of the stuff he comes up with beyond the title is really good.
Don't overthink it. That's a way to be successful.
Yeah. Just go forward. Yeah. Just
speaking of this, I have to say one of my favorite people in the world, not because I personally know them, but
thanks, Peter.
A guy called Mike. His name's Michael. I could just say Mike if you like.
Getting closer, getting warmer. Yeah.
Michael Zalewski, he was a security, like a very, very high level security engineer for Google. He wrote a book called The Practical Doomsday, a user's guide to the end of the world. And it's a very, very well written book about prepping. Like he gives you sort of like, it's like a doomsday for dummies or something like that. Mm-hmm. And really practical things. He puts it very seriously, like, okay, what happens if you, I don't know, get into an accident and lose your you can't program anymore. You use the use of your hands, or like the mortgage rate dies, or I don't know, the electricity grid gets hacked or something, and just practical things you can do. So, great book. Right. I think we've waffled enough.
Yep.